A lot of us who have an experience where you're in class, you're sitting at school, and then all of a sudden one of your friends or your classmates just falls over, has a fit. It's a very, very traumatizing experience, and sometimes you don't know what to do. But I'm here today to give you some information. Yesterday, the 26th, was World Epilepsy International Epilepsy Day. I'm just here to share some information on what you can do, how you can go about it, what it is, what does epilepsy mean, the symptoms associated with it, and also what we can do in case someone has an epileptic seizure. So, first of all, what is epilepsy? Epilepsy is a electrical storm that happens in the brain, meaning a person's mind, a person's brain specifically, the electrical signals is going all over the place, incoherently. Remember, our brains gives messages to sides of the brain or different neurons, meaning that your brain is going to work in a coordinated fashion. When an epileptic seizure takes place, it's a confusing storm that takes place. First of all, I do want to give us a disclaimer. I am a medical student. I'm not a doctor, so I'm giving the information purely for educational purposes. If you have anything to add in the comments, please do so. But this is purely for educational purposes. It's not a professional opinion because I'm not a medical professional yet. I'm still a student. 1 in 10 people in the world will have an epileptic fit or seizure in their lives, in their lifetime. And for the South African context specifically, 1 in 100 people in South Africa will have recurring seizures. And I'm sure a lot of us have had an experience where someone had an epileptic fit. But there are certain triggers that triggers epilepsy. What are those? So first of all, we have epileptic syndromes. Then we have alcohol or drug overdoses. Also, I've seen that some people who stopped using drugs, who have been using drugs for a longer period of time, they start developing epileptic seizures because of the drugs and other drugs interact with the brain. Then also electrolyte imbalances or abnormalities, cerebral trauma, meaning either car accident or severe brain injuries, a brain tumor, and encephalitis. Encephalitis is an inflammation of the brain, especially the frontal part of the brain. And also there we do have genetic components, and also what we call birthmarks on the brain. It's like little tags on the brain that also can cause epileptic seizures. And then now we're going to the different types of seizures. We do get different types of epilepsy as well, different types of seizures. We do get the focal, which is it's either on one or the other side of the brain. Remember, you have two sides of your brain, so you can have consciousness, and sometimes you can have no consciousness when you do have an epileptic fit. And then we have the generalized one, which happens all over your brain. You have the absence seizures, tonic, which is stiffening, atonic, stiffening of the muscles, atonic seizures, myoclonic seizures, clonic seizures, and then the tonic-clonic seizures. This is the one that we are very much familiar with. If someone is jerking uncontrollably, they can't control themselves, they have no consciousness to see, just shaking. What are the symptoms? Symptoms are scary. Temporary confusion. When someone has a fit, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what's happening. They're staring into the distance. It could be uncontrolled jerk, as I mentioned, and also foaming at the mouth sometimes. Unconsciousness, especially after the seizure has stopped. Then we also get psychological problems or psychological issues after the fit or during: fear, anxiety, like a feeling of deja vu. And then after having the seizure, they have severe exhaustion, very tired because they stiffen their muscles so much, people who had epileptic seizures. And then lastly, what not to do. What not to do when someone is having an epileptic fit. There's a lot of things that people do, but what should you not do? First of all, do not leave the person unattended. I know it is scary, but do not leave a person unattended when they do have an epileptic fit. It's very dangerous for them. They can hurt themselves because they're not, and I'm speaking specifically about the tonic-clonic seizure, because they're not in control of what they're doing. Secondly, don't restrain them. Don't try and hold them down and have them not have the jerk. It's going to happen. You're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to exhaust them. You can potentially hurt them as well. Do not, and I repeat, do not put things in their mouth. And I know this has been something that people have been told to do. Put things in their mouth so they don't bite them. You can actually hurt them. They can choke. They can break the teeth. There's a lot of things that can happen. So do not put things in their mouth. Do not give them food, especially during the epileptic seizure, because they're not aware of what's happening. And then lastly, what to do. I know it's a scary situation. I know it's frightening, but you can do certain things. So first of all, remain calm. Such a weird thing to say, because normally when someone has a fit or epileptic seizure, especially the tonic-clonic one, you want to run away and call someone else to help. But remain calm. If there is a pillow close by, try and put the pillow underneath the person's head and try and put them on the side to prevent them from choking. And then remove any dangerous objects that could hurt them. Because remember, the person is not in control of what they are doing. And then lastly, if it is severe, if it becomes continuous, please seek medical advice. Reach out to doctors or medical professionals. And I hope you guys learned a lot from this presentation. Quite short, but there's a lot more to learn about epilepsy. And please share, because I feel like the information is quite important for us all to learn. I know it's scary, but with the correct information we can help people out there. Thank you so much.